Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. Today's video is Welcome to Night Vale, Season 1, Episode 6, The Drawbridge. This will be uploaded and airing on September 1st, 2024, and it is a Sunday. And the reason why I point that out is any month that the first falls on a Sunday, you have a Friday the 13th. And you also will have a Saturday the 14th. There's a movie from the 80s called Saturday the 14th, which is a parody of the Friday the 13th movies. And we will be doing Welcome to Night Vale on that Saturday. And Welcome to Night Vale is a parody of the horror genre in general. So, it's just kind of apropos that we will be doing a video of a lampooning of the horror genre on the day after, or the Saturday 14th, kind of the national, or not really national, kind of my idea of lampooning Friday the 13th. And like a year, no one's going to care because the 1st of September is going to be on a different day. So, you know, it is what it is. Just a reminder that we have the 4 videos on the weekdays and the Welcome to Night Vale on the weekends. So, without further ado, let's get into this.
Rabbits are not what they seem to be. Welcome to Night Vale.
I love each intro to each episode like this. And the music's pretty good too. Do wish it was a little bit shorter. Or at least shorter for doing this kind of
We've
commentary.
had some power outages reported throughout Night Vale in the last couple of hours. If you're experiencing one, well then you can't hear me, can you?
That's some really good logic there, people.
The Night Vale Municipal Utility Department said that they are still working to determine the cause of the outages, which are roving back and forth across town in a continuous motion.
Oh, sounds like Texas Power Grid.
Like a great pacing beast. Those whose neighborhoods have been hit by the outages reported the shriek of hawks overhead.
I don't know about shrieking of hawks overhead, but I get to listen to, and it's actually, I don't mind it, is the shrieking of the crows. I can have during the day, I can have anywhere from 2 to 4 different murders of crows in my backyard. It's kind of cool.
And that when the lights came back on, they felt that perhaps they were different people. Their memories and identities the same as always, but suddenly felt like costumes that didn't fit exactly.
Yeah, I've had that feeling, especially in my youth and my 20s. But a lot of that was self-medication as a result of not a power outage.
as though it all were actually brand new to them, as though they had been switched out with someone who is exactly like them.
I mean, if you've been listening to like Rabbits or Black Tapes, the power outage could be a Mandela shift.
As though all that was familiar would ever after be strange.
Yeah, I've had complete days like that. Right after I retired, I would have things like that just because I was so used to the work and doing certain things, and things just got weird for a while for me when I retired.
Keep some flashlights with spare batteries and a childhood photo album by you tonight.
Good advice if you live in Night Vale.
Just in case. The revitalization of the Old Town Drawbridge experienced another setback this week.
Yeah. They're in the middle of a desert. You never know.
As engineers determined that the furniture upholstery used to construct the bridge towers soaks up water and creates an unstable foundation.
Sounds like road construction in Texas.
This week's collapse was the third in as many months. Construction crews have tried building the bridge tower base supports from corrugated cardboard, non-dairy creamer, and ceramic bowls.
Yep. Has to be a road construction company from Texas.
Nothing has worked. Engineers are asking for help in determining how proper bridge towers are made. If you have any tips, please write them on notebook paper and mail them to Bridge Magic, LLC, P.O. Box 616.
Yeah, get right on that.
Do not use cursive or long words. Clearly.
Yep. Definitely a construction crew from Texas. Or the owners of a construction company from Texas. Yeah. No cursive, no long words. That's about their speed.
Label drawings are preferred. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of year again. Time for our annual pledge drive.
Uh-oh. From what we've learned about Night Vale so far, this is going to be funny. Maybe not. Depends. It depends on which side of the pledge drive you wind up being on.
Sorry to have to do this, but, Night Vale has a lot of community-supported radio, and the thing about community-supported radio, it's supported by listeners like you.
I like that. They just kind of repurposed the listeners like you from PBS.
As well as Guatemala and some Teamsters who are sometimes just too generous.
Yeah, when Teamsters get generous, you should start sweating.
Any amount you can give will help us continue our community programming. $1 or $2 or even plasma.
Even plasma. You sell plasma. Donate your body's plasma.
Take WZZZ, our local numbers station.
Now, number stations from like the Cold War and stuff, there's some really cool stuff online about number stations that's just intriguing.
Broadcasting from that strange and tall antenna built out back of the abandoned gas station on Oxford Street. Did you know that it broadcasts a monotone female voice reading out seemingly random numbers?
Yeah, everything is seemingly random until it's not.
Interspersed with chimes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As you can imagine, that kind of work doesn't bring in a lot of money, unless it does.
That's a lot of things. That's a lot of things in this world. They don't bring in a lot of money unless they do, and if they're not supposed to, why are they?
To be honest, Here at Night Vale Radio, we don't know exactly what that station is for or what master it is serving.
Yeah, those of us that are old enough to remember the Cold War, yeah, that is very, very Cold War-ish feeling.
But I do know that it is a vital part of this community and we should pitch in to help it. We welcome your support. Give us a call. We don't have a number, just whisper "Forsaken Algonquinia" into your phone receiver, and Angels or Facebook or something will deliver us an appropriate contribution from your bank account.
You gotta love that. You whisper into the phone and we'll decide how much you're gonna donate.
More on the Drawbridge debacle.
Uh-oh. This is interesting. This is just kind of hard to keep from just laughing out loud all the way through.
It was turmoil in city headquarters this morning. Following this latest in a long line of municipal failures, the city council has come under fire from concerned citizens for wasting taxpayer money on inefficient services that go over budget and over schedule.
Yeah, like I said, I think maybe the Night Vale City Council and their budgeting and stuff is where our current governor and lieutenant governor and attorney general, I think that's where they learned. And, you know, with especially if you've seen the road construction around Texas.
One critic, who wished to remain anonymous, said, "We don't even have a river or bay in Night Vale. There would never be a boat to necessitate a drawbridge." He continued to,
Yeah, when you live out in the desert, it is what it is, I guess.
"You know what? Forget it. I can tell you right now that was Steve Carlsberg who
Just go put the business way out there on the street.
said that, and he is such a spoil sport, that Steve. Have you ever noticed how he never replaces his hubcaps? It's laziness."
Yep. You gotta get out there and replace your hubcaps every now and again. Remember that, people.
Pure and simple. Laziness. I just can't let him ruin our town by denying.
And the thing is, we have people both on Cecil's side and what's his face's side. Both, you know, it's stuff like this is that even though this is an exaggeration, a lampoon, it hits home sometimes so close.
Night Vale a drawbridge when he can't even care for a tan Corolla. The Night Vale Daily Journal has announced that, due to spiraling printing costs, they will be replacing the print edition of the paper with a special new Imagination edition.
Why can't I see I can see like local newspapers in some small towns going to this very model.
Editor Leanne Hart explains, "Instead of confining our customers to the outdated modes of ink on paper, we are allowing them to choose the news that interests them by imagining whatever news they want."
You know, that is such an American way of approaching things. It is. I mean, it is. It's just such an American way to approach things.
This will not only save costs, but will allow customers to experience the news as a full-color, full-motion experience, taking place in a mental world that is tailored to their needs.
Hey, you know, when you can get news tailored that specifically to your needs, you know, hey, gotta go with it, I guess.
Subscription to this edition will be compulsory and automatic, and will cost a mere $60 a month.
Yep. Can we say Pravda? I know you could, kids. Pravda. It's Russian. It means truth. It's also the name of their state-sponsored newspaper.
This Friday at Night Vale High's Memorial Stadium, it's the annual softball showdown between the Night Vale Fire Department and the Sheriff's Secret Police.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Proceeds from the game will go to support development of nuclear weaponry for a strongly religious Indonesian militia that
It makes you wonder.
is looking to overthrow their heretical government, as well as to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So,
You know, you got to support Make-A-Wish. You got to do that.
even if you don't like softball, come on out and support a couple of great causes.
Always great causes.
Last year's game ended in a rout, as the Secret Police hit 3 home runs in the 8th and 9th innings.
Now, is that 3 home runs each inning or 3 home runs between the 2 innings?
The firefighters claimed that there was some foul play involved, pun intended, dear listeners, as their entire bullpen was assassinated in the middle innings with blow darts.
You know, shit happens.
Those murders remain unsolved and completely uninvestigated.
Imagine the secret police have other things they need to attend to.
Our hearts go out to the families of the deceased relief pitchers. Rest in peace.
Or pieces, depending on, you know, what kind of blow darts they use and what happened to the bodies afterward.
It should be a fun one. Expect a real revenge-minded fire department to take the field on Friday.
It is kind of crazy.
Tickets are only $10 or $5 if you bring enriched yellow cake uranium.
Hey, you know, we all got that laying around the house somewhere.
Black helicopters will be mind-scanning the town on game day, hunting down those who do not attend. The first 500 fans receive surgically applied working gills.
Hey, you know, that might be worth, especially if you live in East Texas, surgically gills with the humidity we get. You never know. With hurricanes, you know, people, you know, in Texas and people along the Gulf Coast and the southern states, we may want to make that trip to Nightville. I mean, you never know. It could come in handy.
Notice, there is no digital staticky hum coming from the dog park.
Uh-oh, the dog park again. I love the dog park.
Mayor Pamela Winchell announced today. The mayor stressed repeatedly in her 90-second impromptu press conference that there is no unbearable, soul-tearing sound that rips at the sinews of your very being.
You know, it's good when you know your elected leaders inform you of these things.
Coming from the dog park. Mayor Winchell continued with a plea for all Night Vale residents to understand that there could not possibly be a deeply coded message emanating from a small fenced-in patch of municipal grass and dirt.
What I may do, it's kind of tempting. Before this uploads, I may take a picture of our local dog park, and at some point, maybe edit it into this up. No, I'll wait. Well, I'll definitely do that. Go take a picture of our local dog park, and then edit it in, you know, like a little bloop in later episodes that I do for Nightville. That could be interesting. That could be fun. Plus, it'll let me play with the editing.
Citizens are not even supposed to be consciously aware of the dog park, so they could not possibly be receiving a menacing and unearthly voice instructing listeners to bring precious metals and toddlers to the dog park.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but under my glasses, yeah, my eyes are like, what? Yeah,
Dog park, she repeated. That could never, ever be real, the mayor shouted, pounding the podium with her bleeding fists. There were...
You know, if your mayor is going through that extreme to let you know that this isn't real, what you're hearing and what you're seeing and what you think you're understanding isn't real, you know, that's pretty good. If they're gonna do that to themselves, you know, you need to appreciate that.
No follow-up questions. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
And now...
That's how I feel during some commercials.
Traffic. There's a stalled car on the northbound on-ramp to the Eastern Expressway just south of Route 800. Commuters should have little delays as Highway Patrol is fiercely denying this report.
Okay, yeah, Highway Patrol. This is going to be funny.
In fact, police representatives have just issued a statement claiming that there are no cars anywhere. And what are you doing talking about them?
Okay, this is another one of those things that hits way too close to home on the highway department.
Talking silly lies, you silly people. There are no cars. What is this fiction? Oh, please. Do you seriously believe for a second? Wait. You thought that...
Like I said, I wonder how many other states in America, I can't say for other countries except maybe Canada, but how many other places outside of Texas or even outside the United States have questionable spokespeople for their state or municipal police departments.
Cars were real? The Highway Patrol continued. Oh, that is rich.
That's, like I said, this is just such a great parody. It just...
All other roads seem clear. Expect delays, of course, at the Drawbridge construction site, because it is years away from being competently finished.
As all the road work in Texas.
Here are this week's horoscopes.
Uh-oh. Horoscopes are going to be... horoscopes in this town could be interesting.
Virgo. Go see a movie today. It's a great escape, especially from all of this pollution and dangerous UV radiation. Say, is that mole new?
Catch my breath there.
Libra. Your dreams will be filled with prophetic visions. Write them down. Hopefully, there are some lottery numbers or sports scores in there.
Hey, you know, you can always hope.
Scorpio. Curse you. Curse your family. Curse your children. And your children's children.
I can't remember. I have a little sister. She's either Taurus or Scorpio. I can't remember. I know she was born in May. I might have to look that up. I don't know.
Vile, vile Scorpio. Sagittarius.
Hey, that's me.
Eat well today. You've earned it. And by it, I mean massive food allergies. And by earned, I mean acquired.
It's great.
I should proof this stuff before I read it out loud. Let's try that again. You've acquired massive food allergies. Yes.
Yes, yeah, that's a better way to do it, I guess.
It's much cleaner. Eat well. Capricorn. Those were not contact lenses you put in this morning.
Yeah, it's probably not best to think about that. I wonder what my wife. I have to look up, see what her astrological sign is, just because.
Best not think about this again. Aquarius. The white ball will be under the middle shell. Trust
Aquarius must own some cats.
the stars. Invest all your money in this lucrative street game.
No.
Pisces. You've won a brand new car. Aries.
Okay.
You will feel a haunting sadness about times gone by. Today's smell is wheatgrass and toast.
Hey, you know, it is what it is. You got to smell what you got to smell.
Taurus. Today is your annual crime day. All Tauruses are exempt from laws today.
Yay! I don't know. I'm Sagittarius, so, you know, I don't know why I'm cheering.
Gemini. You will meet someone today who will have no effect on your life, and who you will immediately forget.
Hey, you know, that's probably a pretty accurate one, though, to be honest with you.
Retain hope for a possible future.
Possible future, could be.
Cancer. I've got to pay my phone bill and also get some more milk. That wasn't me talking. That is what the stars say today.
This is great.
Interpret it as you will. Leo. It's better that I don't read this aloud. Better that you not know. Tell your family you love them.
Oh, that's kind of scary. Kind of spooky at best.
That has been this week's horoscopes. Good news for radio-controlled airplane hobbyists.
Uh-oh, this is going to be interesting.
Those unidentifiable black metallic trees that suddenly appeared by the library back in June and caused all airborne objects above 30 feet to catch fire? Well, they've finally been cleared away as a new strip mall and parking.
Hey, we all need new strip malls. I mean, come on, this is 2014 or 2024, and the big malls are passé. They're 80s and 90s, and we are living in the age of the strip mall. I mean, mind you, this episode came out on September 1st, 2012, so this is going to be posted on the 12th anniversary of this episode coming out. I just now realized that. That's kind of cool.
Lot are being developed. The Night Vale Airport, local bird watchers, and that nice epileptic couple who run the emergency services helicopter.
Epileptics flying helicopters for EMS. That could be interesting. I don't know if you have epilepsy, if that negates you from getting a pilot's license or not. I know in Texas, it'll keep you from getting a commercial hauling license or a passenger license, but
are just pleased as pleased can be about the news. Several petitions, however, have cropped up from neighborhood improvement organizations. Juanita Jefferson, head of one such organization, Night Vale or Nothing, said, Trees.
Yeah.
They are us. Jefferson then paused for several minutes without blinking and whispered again, trees.
Yeah, we've got... Well, I don't think hippies are the right word, but we've got some interesting individuals around here like that are the same way.
Before collapsing into tears and loud moaning. Jefferson was then taken by helicopter to Night Vale General Hospital, where she is reportedly in stable condition. This morning, Jefferson's lawyer issued a statement saying, "My client fully recognizes..."
Yeah, must have a little bit of money to have a lawyer.
Recognizes the irony of this helicopter trip, but she stands by her earlier pronouncement, trees, they are us.
You know, she stands by it, you know, for thick and thin. It's good for her.
Meanwhile, I hear from trustworthy informants that there will be a Pinkberry at the new strip mall.
Hey, you know, don't know what Pinkberry is, but the Nightville strip mall is going to have one.
Delicious.
Pretty cool music.
This just in on Drawbridge Gate.
Drawbridge Gate. Another. This is pretty cool.
The city council said that in response to this week's collapse, they will increase the project budget by $20 million over the next 14 years.
I am convinced that the people who write the scripts for Welcome to Nightville have driven through Texas. I am. They've driven on I-45 and I-35 and I-10 and the new one, I-14, I think it is. Yeah.
The new timeline for the bridge. Money for these extra expenses will come from school lunch programs, a 65% hotel tax, and a $276 bridge toll, which will be discounted to $249 with Easy Pass.
Hey, you know, the more people with Easy Pass, the better off we are.
And now for a station editorial. Large, expensive projects are not uncommon in Night Vale. We are a patient but resilient little city.
Yes.
We have big dreams. Sometimes scary, unforgettable dreams.
But big dreams!
That repeat on the same date every year and are shared by every person in town.
Yeah. Not really sure what to say here.
But we make those big dreams come true. Remember the clock tower? It took 8 years and $23 million to build.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's hope the clock keep time.
And despite its invisibility and constant teleportation, it is a lovely structure that keeps impeccable time.
Well, at least the clock keeps time really well.
It's a classy signature for Night Vale's growing skyline.
Yeah. I'm at a loss for words again.
Like that hideous sports arena Desert Bluffs built last spring. Desert Bluffs can't do anything right.
I mean, Cecil just dumps all over Desert Bluffs, don't he? I mean, in the 5 episodes prior to this one, he's just shit all over Desert Bluffs.
That's where Steve Carlsberg belongs.
Steve Carlsberg. Oh, God, this is great.
God, what a jerk. And now, the weather.
Big double double. Hey, my
We'll go ahead and pause the video until we get through the weather and pick back up. Okay, the musical interlude for the weather is just about over.
Apparently, the sheriff's secret police...
Just a little interruption here. I do recommend going... I have things in the description below down here, places where you can go and listen to the Welcome to Night Vale without my meandering. I highly recommend doing it because some of these weather things are really, really, really good song, really good music. And if it wasn't for time constraints, I would, and probably copyright, there's probably some copyright issues, listen to them in their full. But I do encourage you to go listen to the episodes, or a lot of them are on bandcamp.com, I think it's called. And you can listen to the music, listen to the artist, and some of them are really, really good.
Agree with me about old Steve Carlsberg, dear listeners. We just received a report from a reliable witness that 2 days ago, Steve was whisked into the back of a windowless van, only to reappear earlier this morning, wearing thick head bandages and eating styrofoam shaped like an ice cream cone.
You know what? Steve could move to Texas and become governor. I mean, he's got all the qualifications, it sounds like.
I want to take this moment to thank all of you out there for all of the generous donations you may or may not be aware that you just made.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that.
During this show, we have raised just a hair over $45,000, which includes a $45,000 donation from a certain anonymous world leader.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I can't tell you who. Let's just say, muchas gracias, el presidente, mano dura, cabeza y corazón.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you again for your involuntary support of community radio. We couldn't do it without the support of listeners like you, in conjunction with unethical contributions from nefarious organizations.
Like I said, they just put it out there. I mean, it is great.
And with that, I leave you alone with your thoughts, folks. Stay tuned next for Zydeco, Note by Note.
I do like Zydeco music, by the way.
A special 2-hour verbal description of what Zydeco music sounds like. Buenos noches, Night Vale. Good night.
Yeah, so that was episode 6, season 1, The Drawbridge. I hope you guys found it as funny as I have. Once again, let me repeat, it is more than worth going, hitting the places I got listed in the links below, and listening to this without my commentary. It is laugh out loud, laugh my ass off funny. So, until next time, everybody, be good humans, be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?